My name is Kayla Pittman, and I am Brantley Pittman's mom. We started here at Magical Meadows last fall, and we've loved it ever since. The first thing he does when he comes here is give Tammy a hug or give Michael a hug, and then we always get a snack before we leave, and he makes sure Tammy stocks her snack cabinet to make sure that there's things that Brantley can have when we leave. So just those little extra things are so important to him, and this is his absolute favorite thing to do.
My name is Serene Mead, and my son is Porter. We have been at the Magical Meadows since last summer. We have definitely enjoyed our experience, and Porter really enjoys coming here. It's definitely one of the highlights of his week every week. When we first started, Porter I think had 2 words just because he simply didn't have the muscle strength that he needed to properly move the muscles in his body to get words out. He also has a lot of excessive drool. Once we started coming here, we saw huge improvements, not only with his willingness to try new things, but he stopped drooling to where we were changing his shirt 6 times a day and things like that because his muscles were truly getting stronger. He loves to eat with his horse at the end of his session, so that aspect really played into a factor with our feeding therapist, and he was more apt to trying challenging things where before he wouldn't.
One of Brantley's major challenges includes his speech. One thing we do is go to Joe's Kids for that speech therapy weekly, but also it has really helped coming here to Magical Meadows with his speech because the horse riding is something that he absolutely loves, so he gets excited about it, so he wants to talk about it, he wants to talk about his colors, he wants to tell all the volunteers about what he's done, show them things. His speech has grown tremendously. It's something that as a parent, that was probably my biggest fear, because I thought, well, if he can't talk to me, how am I going to communicate with him? And in my head I just kept saying, we'll make it work, we'll figure it out. So just to see that growth, I contribute a lot of that to the horseback riding.
It's so much different than traditional therapy here. He has those muscles that aren't being worked as easy in traditional therapy, where he can go to PT and do the stairs 50 times, but he can come here and ride that horse and really enjoy what he's doing and not feel like it's such hard work. Where when we leave, he is tired, but tired and he enjoyed it. It opened him up to a whole new experience.
It is more than just riding a horse. It is more than just therapy. It kind of just puts everything together. So we get the family, we get the therapy, we get, his own thing. As a parent, I think it's been one of my biggest fears too, is just always like, how are people going to treat my child? Are they going to treat him different? And I want him to have everything that everybody else has as well. And coming here, there was never a worry from day one. Is he going to be accepted, or is he going to be treated any different? And he's not. He's treated just like everybody else. He's held to those same standards, and just having kids of all abilities here makes my heart so happy.
He really lights up when we're here, and I think that the engagement with the staff always allows that opportunity, but doesn't hold the parents to that expectation of you have to hold the weight while you're here. I feel like when we come here, it's just a weight lifted off, and I don't have to provide explanations for everything my kid is doing, or hover and make sure that, he's not doing something he shouldn't be, or that's completely unsafe. Like, it's always just an opportunity for us to breathe. I want people to know that he has no boundaries when it comes to his parents and the people here. I think other people like to put him inside of boxes and set boundaries that he can't cross or he can't do this. But I really think that he's going to prove everybody wrong. And so I just want people to know that, like, he is a very God-given gift to all of us.
When we got his diagnosis, I cried and I cried and I cried, and I just asked, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why? Like, what did I do wrong? I just thought my life truly, I hate to say this, but was almost over. I couldn't have been more wrong, though, truthfully. And did I ever think we would have opportunities to ride horses or do anything? Like I said, I really, truly thought we were going to be stuck at home, not doing anything. Would he walk? Would he talk? And now we're riding horses, we're running, we're asking to trot all the time, Brantley, he wants to trot all the time. Just letting all those parents out there with special needs know, like, your kids can and they will, and you need to give them those opportunities. And here at Magical Meadows is one of those opportunities. I think that more people should take advantage of, and I hope by these kind of fundraisers and things we can get the word out even more. And I think Magical Meadows does a great job on keeping that price point very, very reasonable, and I think also, I know they would never turn anybody away as well, and that's why these type of events are so important, because that money goes right back to the kids, to building these buildings so we can have year-long therapy, and our kids don't have to be sad about, missing the winter times. But I think it's very important to know why you're here and where your money is going, and that keeping the cost down for families is amazing. And I think that allows a lot more kids the experience that they wouldn't get. I mean, it's cheaper than signing up for your rec soccer league or your baseball league. Nothing bad against those, but that cost, it's amazing what you guys can do when we know what the cost to have one horse is, let alone, barn full.
You have a lot of expenses when you have a medically complex child. For example, my son's formula alone is over $1,200 a month. So when you talk about feeding your kid just for $1,200, that doesn't include, feeding myself. You add therapy on therapy on therapy. Those also become expensive. So having the opportunity to allow him to thrive at such a rate that we feel it's okay to, spend that, it means a lot.
I just want to thank everyone that is in attendance tonight for coming out to this fundraiser. All the money raised tonight is going right back into these kids, and it benefits my family and so many other kids. If you haven't made a donation tonight, I would highly recommend or suggest or ask you to do that. Remember Brantley, for example, when you're doing that, and just know how much you're changing his life, my family's life, by offering this opportunity to him.
Thank you. Because without you, our kids would not have a place to be safe. And without you, these parents would not have a place to breathe. It's so important, and we are forever thankful for everything.